start getting crazy, baby, chill. Don't medicate, just meditate. You waking up now, well, babe, you hella late. Educate, look at what's going on, let it resonate, accelerate. Find your inner hunger like you never ate. Agenda is to push the hate, separate and segregate. Don't celebrate quite yet, the storm is coming, Q, for heaven's sake. Violence that they demonstrate, instigate and penetrate. The values of our country and our God is what they desecrate. My fighters ain't no featherweight, pulling out the seams of the fabric that they fabricate. They feed us lies, manipulate, intimidate through fear and force, forcing us to sit and wait till we come together, congregate, and then we liberate. Praying that you give me strength to find some love amongst the hate. Marching on these streets of blood till I see the golden gates. Troubadour and troubled souls, one of God's servants. Blades out, cut the grass till we see the serpents.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now.
How's it going, John? Care to have a seat right there for me, bub? Care to have a seat for me?
How doing?
Come to have a chat with you.
Chat with me.
Yeah, buddy. How's it going today?
All right.
Why are you here tonight?
I'm here. I just got off work, man. I'm going home.
Yeah.
I say, saying hi to that girl there.
Yeah. 14-year-old girl? What you thought was a 14-year-old girl?
Oh, it ain't.
We got all the proof right here, man. I'm just letting you know. We're not law enforcement. We're a third-party organization. We try to work with people on stuff like this, but I got to tell you, honesty is key here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll never do this again. I can't afford to get in no trouble.
We got a few things we got to go over, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, you're free to leave at any time, but I highly recommend, we're recording for our safety and for yours. That way you can't say I tried to blackmail you, I tried to take money from you, I tried to do this, that, whatever, okay?
Yeah.
Did she message you or did you message her first?
I think I messaged her first.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, we got about 4 messages before she finally answered you, but
Okay.
we do this all over the state, just so you know.
Do you?
You got anything you want to tell me before we really get into these messages, or
No.
no? There's quite a bit here, but it's like I said,
I'm under arrest. Yeah, I'm under arrest.
I'm not a cop. Just like I said, you're free to leave at any time, but I highly recommend we go over these.
All right.
Like I said, we try to work with people, and there's definitely avenues that we can take that may not be as bad as the others. Put it that way.
Yeah.
You all get into the messages here. Y'all message back and forth, and within just the first few messages, she tells you that she's 14.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes, I remember
that. You admitted that she was too young for you, but you still continued to message and then sent a selfie after that.
Yeah.
Man, it's been raining all evening. Everything's soaked. You mentioned, you said, I thought you was too young. She said, I thought you said I was too young for you. And then you said, your dad would kill me, LOL. And she said, I don't have a dad. And then you said, your mom? And she says, she's normally too high to know I'm alive. Is that the reason that you continued the conversation after that? She didn't have a father in her life, or no? We try to learn from people. I mean, that's what I'm getting at here. The more we learn from you, the better we can protect other kids online.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, you got to understand where we're coming from too, because everybody that we talk to says that.
Yeah.
And
I'm dead serious.
see where you asked asked if she got high, which you never offered to sell her anything or nothing like that.
I don't want.
Believe it or not, that happens a lot. Like we've had a lot of people that, and that's ones that I really don't like to work with. That's bringing drugs to kids and stuff like that, And you never offered that.
No, I'm just. I never. I'm just.
What got you here tonight is what I'm curious about. Like what?
You didn't have work.
Yeah, well, but you messaged. Obviously, you're running late. We got all those messages too.
Yeah.
What was it that after the fact she told you that she was 14 to continue the conversation and to continue on with?
I just want somebody to chill with and hang out. I was never going to do that section.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you can understand. You was the one that sent them. You can understand why we're so worried about this, the way that it went.
Ain't like this. I'm really a good guy.
You said, I'm scared of getting in trouble and going to jail. Was basically what you said. But at the same time, that you acknowledge there that you understand the consequences of it. I'm trying to make. No, don't even worry about that.
Yeah.
If anybody shows up, it'll be Lancaster PD. It ain't gonna be the SO. So we're just having a conversation. If somebody walks up, I got you.
Okay.
But you acknowledge there that you're aware of the consequences of it. You realize that it's illegal. You say, I like talking to you, though I'm just going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble for it.
Yeah. You seem like a cool person.
But, there again, you're still aware of the consequences, but it's still not enough to dissuade you to keep from,
Yeah. You still ain't getting arrested.
No, and I ain't got no handcuffs on me. I'm not a cop.
Okay, I'm being honest.
I'm not a cop, man.
Yes, what we're talking about.
I won't say a word. He walks over here, man. You can tell him we're old friends. I'll shut this for a second, and as long as he walks away, that we can keep talking.
Yeah.
Just let me know, and I'll shut it if he does. You can say, you just meet me. I'm an old friend of yours or something. That's fine.
We're talking about.
But you asked, do you like me? She says, yeah, you're hot. And you asked, what will your mom say to you for talking to me?
Yeah, I ain't never said nothing that way.
Yeah. And then she said, she don't care who she talks to, which she had already mentioned. Her mom's kind of there, but she's pretty absent in her life. We picked up these messages a little bit ago. It was.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
We have people that reach out to us, and whenever there's children that are having messages sent to them like that, a lot of times they'll reach out to us instead of law enforcement because, we can kind of get stuff done too. But was that kind of projecting it more of like a possible meetup there where you was asking about that, or were you asked about if her mom, what her mom would say?
I didn't want to get in trouble.
I got you. If her mom didn't have an issue with it, would you have been okay with that, or
just chilling, talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And then you ask where she lives. That's one of the questions I was kind of wondering there is, why did you need to know where she lives if you had admitted, that she was too young for you? But you say, you was just wanting to hang out and stuff. But the thing is, there's been, and I'm sure how many you send her? Quite a few. It was more than a handful, right?
I don't want to get over me.
Do what?
I don't want to come over me.
Man, we all make mistakes. It all happens.
I want to put this out there. I wasn't going to do nothing to her. But all these girls get. Yeah. Now I'll be. He's going home. There he comes. You can just go on home, Frankie. Just going home. We're having just going home.
Oh, you good?
Yeah, we're just hanging out, having a conversation, man.
See you, Frank. All right.
See, I told you I wouldn't, man.
All right. See you, Frank. They killed me.
Yeah, I told you I wouldn't, man. There is something that I want to talk to you about, though, and it's, we do our homework before we come into this stuff, and you have your phone number that is connected to you right now has an active Telegram account on it.
Telegram, what? What's that mean?
The phone number that you're currently using has been active on Telegram, and we've kind of got.
I don't know what Telegram is.
You sure about that?
Telegram.
Mm-hmm.
I got Messenger.
Yeah, I know about Facebook Messenger. That's where y'all started messaging first, but.
Telegram.
Well, if you don't know what it is, I mean, it's like I said, that's honesty here is the key thing.
I'm just serious. I'm being honest.
Well, you've got a Telegram account under your number that you currently have that you've been messaging all afternoon on that has been active very recently, which means that phone number is connected to a Telegram account and being used. That's the only way that does that.
You can't tell what that is? What's Telegram?
Telegram is a place where people send things back and forth that they probably shouldn't send back and forth. You get what I'm getting at there? And it's like I said at the beginning of this, honesty is the best option here.
Being honest. Yeah.
But
I like this.
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah. No. Yeah. You're just talking. We're just talking. We're just talking. No, we're good. I'm good, Frank. Thank you, though. Yeah, I'm all right. Nah, it's all cool. Yeah, I know. Better just. It's all good, Frank. It's all good. I'll see you Monday. See you.
he seemed like a pretty good dude, man.
He is. I work for her brothers.
Yeah.
We do pension work and bobcat work and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm a good dude. I just dumb, I guess.
That's like I said, man. We all make mistakes.
I'll never do this again. I swear to you. Stupidity. Oh, well, I was gonna say a minute ago, don't take us the wrong way. Like, I ain't saying I'm a rapist or anything.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these girls get the way they dress.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just my opinion on that.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're men. We're men, and we can control our actions.
I know that. I'm not saying I'm that person.
And unfortunately, under 16, there's no way of it being consensual.
Yeah, I wasn't never gonna do that.
You asked, "Can we talk somewhere safe, sweetheart?" And you asked if she had Cash App.
I was gonna buy her some meat.
Mm-hmm. Then I guess she gave you your phone number there, but with this whole Telegram thing, dude, we've got resources that can help, and our resources cannot help if nobody's honest with us with it. And we've done this enough to know whenever there's an active Telegram account, we're able to kind of see. We're not able to see what's being sent back and forth, but we know the groups that are involved. And can you explain to me why your number would be in one of those groups?
I don't know which one. I mean, I got WhatsApp and this Zinger app.
Zangy?
Yeah, Zinger.
What is it? Care about
there? Someone's.
Okay. They've been they've been some questionable things that we've seen come through the IP, man, and it's.
Here's that Telegram. It's the app off my phone right now.
Turn it around this way so I can see it.
Download again. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, but the app is not there no more. It's something froze on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't get kicked off of it, did you?
I'll take it off there. I won't get on there anyway.
I know.
I don't know why I can't. I don't even use that no.
Yeah. Yes, like I said, man, there's stuff that has definitely got our attention.
Yeah.
And it's. You sent quite a few pictures of your hands, which I.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously the tattoos, they match up too, so it's kind of hard to deny that you was the one that sent those.
just my picture in my hand.
Well, I mean, it's a selfie of that, you say, send me a picture of you, please. And at that time, it's still knowing she's 14 and asking for pictures, no context given.
Ask for a dirty picture.
Well, that's what I was getting at. It's knowing that she's 14-year-old and asking for pictures with no context given to what type of pictures. You kind of leave it pretty open there for interpretation for what she could send. And she had already sent pictures of her face and stuff like that. So yeah, kind of when you keep. And that's an ongoing thing through this entire chat log is more pictures. Can you call me? Call me. It's.
Yeah.
And usually when we see stuff like that, man, it's more for it's people trying to double check the story or trying to make sure that it's actually a real girl or, that it's not some law enforcement agency or something like that. Like I said, I'm not at all. But this part of the conversation here, you mentioned that you had been working your ass off, and she said that she had cleaned the barn that day. And she sent a picture of her chest that was covered in dirt. It didn't show her or nothing like that. It was just. But then you requested another picture, and your very next question is, "Can I see your?" And she replied, "That's all you get."
Yeah.
Yeah, you asked, definitely. And that could, again, I'm not saying you're being dishonest with me there. It could have just slipped your mind, but I can show you right there.
You say it's there, it's there. I believe. I trust you, man. I trust you. I mean, I feel like trust you.
She said that's all you get, and said only in person, and that was her excuse to the reason why. Do what? Yeah, that's right. But she said, that one of her friends had that happen to her, and unfortunately it got leaked, and she kind of had something go on herself, with commitment. And that, unfortunately, that happens a lot with girls that age. It's something that.
I'm not bad at it,
but she mentions there that sorry, but she'd gladly show you in person. But do what? No, not that I know of. He's pulled in here a few times since we've been sitting here waiting on you, but no. As also, I was a little bit worried that he was going to scare you off if I mean, because like I said, I'm not a cop, man. I promise. Yeah, he pulled in a couple times. Yeah, he's going up through there somewhere. I don't even know where he's going. He's run around through here about 3 different times since we've been here. I believe it seemed where you had asked if she was a virgin. Yeah. I was just kind of curious why, you know, what the reasoning was for that. But
Oh, you know.
you want to walk? You want to walk over here? We can get away from that dude. I can't halfway hear you, man. I'm a little bit hard of hearing myself. So.
My nerves too. I got a cough running.
Yeah. But yeah, that was just kind of curious. I was kind of curious. They're rolling out anyway.
Yeah.
Do what? I still didn't hear you, buddy. Video? Yeah, I told you it was recording for our safety for yours. I just don't want you saying that I'm blackmailing you. Do what? I have no plans. No. That's, like I said, that's to keep you from being able to say that I blackmailed you or, you know, something like that. But there's really no reason that you can think of why you would have asked if she was still a virgin and all of that stuff. You know, there was a few times you asked if her mom was there and stuff like that. But again, it's the only intent there that I could think of would be to find out if she was home so you could come visit her or something like that. But
I got him to shut the truck off.
okay, we can go back over here if you want to. That was all it was, man. I just, like I said, I've got to be able to hear.
Yeah.
That way you can't say that I tried to take money from you or tried to blackmail you into something or some bullshit like that. You know, there's people that do this and then try to scam people out of money. Okay. And we are not doing that.
Money though?
No. Okay. Absolutely not. I don't want your money. That's all I want is to be able to learn from this conversation, man. That's it.
I'll put you. I ain't going to jail. I gotta have take care of my grandma.
That's like I said, man. I ain't got no handcuffs on me. Oh.
Yeah,
I got my ass wet too. I see. It says. You ask if she's seeing anyone, and she says no, just myself in the mirror, and you say cool. And then she asks why, and then you ask if you can hang out sometime. Then you ask when's good for her and all that, you know. So it's you all. There's your intent there to get together with her at least to hang out in person and stuff, you know. And of course, it's again more pictures, but and you requested another from her, and you replied cute to it, which you know. You say nice when she sent you the two pictures, and you say, can I kiss you one day? And she said, just a kiss? And you say, more. She say, what's that? And then you said, you know. And you asked, what do you want to do? And she said, whatever you want. You say, really? She says, heck yeah. And you said, you tell me. She said, you tell me.
I never did.
Well, the thing is, there's a deleted message there that was deleted fairly quick, but we had already took over it at this point, and the decoy that was talking to you remembers it being something about something along that line.
I remember that.
You don't remember sending that?
Yeah, I did. I don't know.
Would that have been something you think you would have sent though?
Maybe. I probably wouldn't act on it though.
You ask what she wants to do, and like I said, you know, you go into from what was told, you go into detail there about eating her pillow.
If I did say I wouldn't act on if I did.
And then she asked if she could text you that she feels like Facebook creeps on things that they say. I think right after that is when you all switched over from Facebook to your phone number.
Okay.
And to us, that's just kind of confirming that, you know, regardless with Facebook and on Messenger, it goes from that, you know, you're sending pictures of yourself and stuff like that on Messenger, but then you switch to your actual phone. in your phone number that it is registered to you. Okay. So, I mean, that's again, it just proves that what you're not denying that it wasn't you. So it's just going into that. You tell her, hello, sexy. You say, I'm working right this minute. And she asks what you do. And why did you offer to send me money? And with that, what was the end goal there with that? Well, I mean, was you just, yeah.
I just figured her mom was never there, and she knew
I got
her
you.
mom was doing drugs and shit. I figured she might be hungry or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you see where we worry with that, and I'll explain why. Because a lot of times it's either money or drugs, and there's people that they will use that to be able to get in with these girls that's that age. You told her that you work in a big garage. I'm guessing that was your boss.
Yeah.
Is it here in town?
No, it's a town.
Oh yeah. You ain't got to tell me his last name. What's his first name? The guy you work for. Oh, okay. I got you. I thought you was talking about a garage here in town, but
no. Got a big shop right across the house.
Oh, okay. I ain't never even been out that direction, I don't think. So it was. Where's that at?
Right. What you do there?
Going towards out that way.
Yeah, that way, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not from this area, but
yeah.
I kind of know a little bit about it around here. But
yeah.
I had some family that used to live down here too. But you sent another selfie. You said there was quite a few selfies that you sent. You know it, and then you just said asked for her to send one, and she had sent one back. But again, we never send any nudes at all.
No.
But you say very sexy. You have some nice boobs.
Okay.
And then she said thank you, and you say sexy redhead, and where is your mom? She said at work. She works nights. She says, okay, what is your mom name? Are you by yourself? And then of course she made up a name there. It wasn't, again, at this point it wasn't who you thought you was talking to, but you say, I got something big too, sweetheart. And what was you referring to there?
Big heart.
Yeah.
They have a big heart.
I'm going to be honest, man. That's like I said when I started this conversation. I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, you know, I know when I'm being bullshitted too.
You ain't been bullshitted.
Just a few messages later, you send her a picture of your penis.
Okay.
And showing the outline through your pants. Okay.
Sorry.
So, do you want to kind of backpedal on that just a little bit?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So was that what you was talking about being big, your penis?
Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, man, that's all I want is honesty. You asked if she liked it. You know, at that point, again, you're asking a 14-year-old if she liked the size of your penis. So,
She ain't 14 though.
well, you thought she was, and that's the important thing there. You know, up until you seen me walk up, you thought you was coming to meet a 14-year-old girl tonight.
Yeah.
So.
We got done here. We got done.
That's like I said, buddy. You're free to leave at any time, but I
gotta go check my grandma.
We shouldn't be much longer, man. I just got to get through a few more of these messages.
Okay.
You asked, would you like to see it?
Okay.
I know it's hard to get through some of these, man. I understand. I really do.
Changed my whole way I look at life now.
That's the biggest reason why I'm sitting here reading through these, is so it kind of puts it into perspective, you know. Because you may not have been thinking about that the way that you are right now whenever you were sending these messages, but I really hope that you're thinking about this in a completely different light right now.
I don't trust nobody now.
Well, I mean, it's not about trusting anybody. It's a matter of messaging kids. And at 14-year-old, that's what that is. That's a kid.
Yeah, I know.
You know, you say, I better not show you. I can't afford to get in trouble.
I don't want to get in trouble because I ain't like, I don't know.
Well, the thing is, though, you sent multiple.
I don't know.
And it wasn't just through your genes. You know, that one was through your genes, but there was multiple that you showed, you know. And then you ask, do you think I'll get in trouble? And she says, your secret's safe with me.
It's not.
No, it wasn't.
Like in crack.
Yeah, you think so? I don't believe so at all, because you knew within the first few days that she was 14-year-old. You know, I'll be honest with you, and I'm not an asshole, dude, but if somebody gets an attitude with me, I'll get an attitude right back. Well, you're saying it's entrapment. It's not entrapment. By law, it's not entrapment. I'm just letting you know that. You know, there's a whole different route we could have went here, but I'm here talking to you instead.
I'm sitting here talking to you. I
got you.
Kiddos for you go when time.
Yeah.
I'd stay.
It's like I said, I highly recommend you talk. Just hang here and talk with me for a minute, but. So with that, you know, you're asked that, do you think I'll get in trouble? And she says your secret's safe with me. And you say, okay, I trust you. I've never done this before.
No.
Which is, again, you may not have.
No.
That may not have been your initial, like you may not have done that to begin with. But there's a lot of people that say they've never done it and message multiple girls, you know, consistently. And, you know, it's one of those things, if we go through and you actually look at statistics, it is insane. Like, say you go from 9th grade, or girls say they're, you know, 13-year-old up through 16. I'd say a good 9 out of 10 of them, if not more, probably closer to every one of them, I'd say, has got messages through the years from people, older men. It depends on how their account is set up too. Yeah. But I'm sure you could talk to about any high school age girl, man, and they've all been sent messages, and you know, and then you ask, so did I have a big aunt? I'm sorry, man. I know. I'm just reading what you said. You say, well, good night, sweetheart. I love you. I love to see you naked. Is it wrong of me? Want to talk to her, 14-year-old, and I'm 38. And then she says, I don't think so. Age is just a number. And you say, yes, you agree with her there. So with saying that, you know, when you say age is just a number, would you date a 4-year-old?
No.
Would you date an 8-year-old or a 12-year-old?
No.
So what's the difference in that and a 14-year-old?
I wouldn't date a 14-year-old. I knew this was wrong.
You say where, but I'm assuming you meant well.
No problem. Do that voice text and nothing out right.
Yeah, I know what it is, man. You know, we're too damn hillbilly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
She don't like listening to me either. But
she gets it wrong most time. Most of the time I read it back myself, and I just seen it. It don't make no sense.
Yeah. It says, well, like I said, you said where, but it says, well, you're talking to a man here. Good night. She says, what? And you say, I'm just saying, I hope you're looking for a man because I'm a man. Okay. She says, you all man. I mean, damn, there's something about those hands. Yeah, I'll dream about those hands. I guess it's the blue collar worker kind of stuff, man. Okay. You send her a few more pictures of your hands after that. Yeah. She actually says that. Yes, I got a thing for blue collar man hands. Okay. But after she sent that, you know, you sent multiple which again, that's not bad pictures. It was just it was just pictures of your hands. But you had sent a couple with your hands, and then you say, "Are you getting wet, baby?"
Yeah.
And then you sent her a picture.
Okay.
And it's again, you know,
yeah.
with the tattoos and stuff, that's pretty easy to match up. But you send one that says, "I love eating and licking your ass."
That's how.
I know it's rough getting to them, man.
Yeah.
It is. And then you say, "Keep all this safe, baby. Good night." And she says she won't show anyone, that she promises, and I'll go ahead and delete it all. But you know, with that, you can, when you say that, you can clearly tell that you're afraid that she's going to tell somebody about it, which knows, again, at the same time, you're worried that this would get out, just the same way as your boss walking over here. You wanted me to stop talking when he did, you know, and I did.
Yeah, but they were firing me on the spot.
Well, I mean,
I don't blame them.
that's what I was about to ask you. You know, how would your, do you have a mom?
Yeah, my grandma raised me, but I got a mom too.
Or your grandma? I mean, how do you think they would feel about this?
Yeah, I know.
That's, you know, that they was that age at one time too. You say, "Oh, I wish she was at least 18." You know, again, there you're acknowledging her age, but you say, "Hope you didn't take it wrong. If you was 18, we could be together. No one can stop us. You understand? I'm not going nowhere. I just can't afford to get in trouble, though. Hope you understand."
I'm late.
Yeah. And then you know, even though, again, you've already sent multiple by that point too, but you realize that's a felony, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me get charged for that.
I'm, like I said, buddy, I'm not a cop at all. I'm not law enforcement. I ain't been through no law enforcement training. I ain't.
You gonna tell law enforcement about it?
Well, that depends on how everything goes here. But
being honest, I'll never do this shit again. So
you care to put your phone up for me if it's okay?
I just think my grandma texted me.
You're good.
Worries.
And you say again, you know, that she was talking about that. I guess with the picture that you had sent, said she could make her.
Okay.
And you say, "I can. I got a big."
Okay.
And then send another one.
I'll be there soon.
You sent the picture, and she says, "Damn," and then you ask if she liked it. You say you like, and then you ask, "Can you handle that?"
All right.
She says, "I can try." You say, "Nice, just take it slow at first."
Okay.
You say, "I'm very fat too."
No, all right.
And I don't know if she was making a joke there, or if it was like a, you say LOL, or she says LOL, "No, you aren't fat." And then you say,
Okay.
and she says, "Oh yeah, it's a perfect day."
All right. Wait about a minute, but I got to go with my grandma.
It's like I said, you're free to leave at any time, but
What's going to happen to him?
well, we can't finish our conversation for one. I mean, there's just, like I said, we've got resources that can help, but if
I ain't got no problem with it. I just been stupid.
Well, I mean, do you understand why we can, it's hard to take people at their word for that?
Yes, you take my word for it, because I ain't. We'll finish our conversation and then take my call.
Okay.
I got to go.
Yeah, there ain't a whole lot more here, man.
Okay.
But you ask her, "Are we dating?" She says, "Do you want me to be your girl?" And you say, "Yes."
Yeah.
She says, "I'll be yours." And then you ask, as soon as she says that, "Send me a picture of you, please." Which was that was a kind of a reoccurring thing with it. Again, it was, you never specifically, other than asking to see your, unless it's in here and I just don't remember it. I'd have to look through again. But as far as asking to see her nude or, you know, her in other words, that's the only one I can remember that you actually asked that. But she sends you a few pictures, and you tell her you're very sexy. You know, it was pictures again, fully clothed. Wasn't showing anything really. She says we're in Lancaster. She don't know about me, does she? They found out about me. I'll be in deep shit. And again, you know, you're acknowledging that you understand it's illegal what you're doing. So it's not like, you know, you didn't know, but you still. How long did you and her talk? Do you know? Like how many days or anything?
3, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, ain't it?
They went off pretty quick to meet that, you know, that fast. But is there a reason why you wanted to meet this fast, like tonight, or?
No, not really. We chill, talk. The only person I talked to is my grandma and just the point.
How old's your grandma?
She's just, how old is she? 76.
That ain't too bad. She get around pretty good?
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
I don't like to push her to worry, so I
got you, man. Yeah, I lost my grandparents. I don't even have any grandparents anymore. But you know, they're definitely a big part of your life, man. You said she raised you. You know, yeah. Did you go to church any when you was younger, or you go any? Do what?
I know stuff is wrong.
You go. How long has it been since you've been to church? If you don't mind me asking.
Wow.
You know, sometimes, man, stuff like this happens, and there's a reason for it. You know, and that's, you know, it's whatever with all these chats, but just man to man on that. I truly mean that. Okay. When you're in your darkest hour, that's when God will come through for you. But when did you stop going to church?
I don't know.
I know it. People have their own difference of opinion there, but I really believe, you know, having faith, and it can definitely help with a lot of our issues.
Yeah.
When, you know, not just with sexual tendencies or, you know, but drugs and all kinds of stuff. You know, if drinking, and there's all kinds of things that actually help. But that's something that I feel like it's something that changes in your heart whenever it's like that.
Yeah.
It's something that there ain't no doctor can do. There ain't no pill that they're going to give you that's going to change it. There ain't no. It's something that
only you can make change in your life.
Yep, you're exactly right. You asked her if she wanted to call you. She says, sure, give me a second. But why? What was the reasoning for you? You know, you kept trying to get her to call and stuff. Was you just worried that she wasn't real, or?
No, I don't like talking on text.
Mm-hmm. There a reason why you all switched from Facebook to your text messages, or?
She wanted to do that. That didn't bother me either way.
Yeah. We're getting towards the end of them, buddy.
Okay,
I see you sent her another hand picture, but I said, I guess it's just where she was turned on by your hands and stuff like that. But I did not. You've seen my hands here the whole time, buddy. I've not caught nobody. I've not caught a soul.
I can't afford to go jail, but unless I said I could trust you.
How's it going, man? Just sitting here having a conversation. Just sitting here having a little conversation, man.
If somebody called in or something, might be the worst car spot crooked or something.
My bad. Yeah, I'm just sitting here having a conversation, man. We kind of had a few things we had to go over.
Yeah.
John, you ain't going to send any more pictures to a 14-year-old, are you?
No.
You're not going to try to have...
No, I've learned my lesson, buddy. Can I go now?
Well, I think he's probably going to want to talk to you first, but...
Why?
Well, we sending pictures of.
Well, you said
Well,
I could trust you, buddy.
well, you can trust me, buddy, but you're trying to 14-year-old girl, too.
Nobody.
And sent multiple pictures, and...
What are you talking? My grandma's gonna be.
Buddy, it's like I told you. I'm more worried about kids than I am you.
I've learned my lesson, man. I cannot go to jail. My grandma needs me. Can I go, buddy?
No.
I ain't done nothing.
Well, let her figure out. She can't leave just yet.
You said I could trust you, man.
So what's all this?
Well, these are all the chat logs.
You said I could trust you. I've learned my lessons. I cannot. Fucking you lied to me, man. You said you were like
What's all in these chat logs? What do they say?
Yeah, look, you said they're private.
You can have them if you want.
You lying, brother. Why'd you do that to me, man? You ain't my friend. You didn't.
I never told you I was your friend, buddy.
You said I could trust you, though.
You can trust
I
me.
can't trust you.
You can trust me to tell me the truth.
I did trust you. I told you the truth, man. I gotta go. What the hell, man?
You from here?
Yeah, I can't go to jail, man. I take it all back.
Buddy,
swear.
that's something that's
swear
kind of
to
like
God,
Pandora's box. Once you open the box, you can't shut it.
You said I could trust you. You said you could trust you.
Yeah.
You lied to me.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's something I can do.
I gotta go.
No, you ain't going nowhere.
I gotta go with my grandma's, man.
Nope.
I didn't do it. I got my own people.
Telling you right now, for my investigation, you're detained while I review these
I
notes.
gotta go, man.
If you jump up off that seat and you try to leave here, I'm gonna tase the shit out of you.
I got to go. Keep you to here, man.
Just hang tight. Chill out.
I'm going to jail no matter what, though.
Why are you gonna go to jail?
Cause you ain't gonna let me go.
I'm just looking to see what I was.
You lied to me, man. Grandma's gonna be worth the death.
All
Yeah,
these messages. Are you John?
Yeah, but I take it all back, man. I cannot go to jail, man. My grandma needs me.
You got an ID on you?
Yes, buddy.
Let me see.
Please don't take me to jail. I cannot go.
We got digital copies of all those too, if you need them.
What is it?
We got digital copies of those
man.
too, if you need them.
Yeah, I'll have to have.
Where's my ID out of here?
Can
Can I go use the bathroom at least? Can I use the bathroom at least?
Here, just a few minutes.
I cannot go to jail. Richard, come here, Uncle. I might be going to jail. Tell Grandma don't worry about me. I might be going to jail, so don't tell Grandma I'm not worried about me. I might be going to jail. What? I don't know yet. I give you my property. I give my uncle my property.
Well, let's figure out what's going on first.
Well, you're gonna take me to jail. All right, Uncle.
I got wasted because I didn't want to deal with myself tonight.
Hush. Please don't take me to jail. My grandma's. I mean, my uncle's all she got.
Who's your grandma? Where's she live at?
They're down the road here. On my ID. I knew I couldn't trust you.
Hey, buddy, I'm here for the kids. I'm not here for you.
Well,
It's like I said, we've got this all over the state. It's not about you.
I mean, I've learned my lesson. And I knew it was wrong. And I would never do it again. I knew these laws was here for a reason.
No, actually, the ones that came through here wasn't. Believe it or not, I never called them.
Be honest, you gonna take me to jail, man?
Huh?
You gonna take me to jail or not?
I don't know yet. They're reading.
I can't go to jail, my uncle. I'm not giving my property, Mom, because I know I'm going. Hey, Richard, take my property.
You probably ain't gonna be able to let them take that phone. I just letting you know.
I keep the phone in. You know, get my everything else, can you?
That's up to him. That ain't up to me.
Hell. Here, Uncle, take my property. If I don't go to jail, come back home and get it. Grandma. Here, Richard, get my property.
You can swipe. You can swipe that way on these, and it shows a lot of the ones that's not in those right there. That's in the digital copies. So the ones that he's.
What?
This way.
That way.
The property?
That's all him.
I gotta wait till gotta be done.
Yeah.
You can get my property, can you?
And those are the digital. Those are just some of the print offs that we keep.
You got paper copies of all everything.
Yeah.
What else is this?
My smart rag, buddy. My phone.
That's your phone?
Yeah.
Got anything else in your pockets?
I get my property, my uncle.
Sit down there. We'll make sure he gets it.
Come get my property, Uncle. Come get my property.
Sure still got your ID.
I'm going to jail, huh? I'm going to jail.
You're at least going to go with me bare minimum. Nobody's going to jail just yet. We're going to go feed and have a talk.
All right, come and get my property, Rich. Can you get my property?
Yeah. If you don't get his stuff, you can't.
Come get my property. Just take it and put it up for me. He says, and tell Grandma I'll be home as soon as I can.
I'll take your necklace too, just in case. I'll leave that on.
I'll leave it
What
on.
do you tell your mama?
What?
What do you tell your mama?
Just tell her hopefully I'll be coming home.
Or you can tell her he was here to try to 14-year-old. That you could tell her that.
No, don't tell her that.
God, we need you now.
I know the truth is hard to swallow, just digest it. Suspected something's going on, but chose to just neglect it. Deflected by some breaking news, or we just accept it. Expected just to fall in line and follow their perspective. Don't question their objective, but I got a lot of questions. How these kids molested, but nobody's been arrested. Read it in the testament, these children are protected. So I'm fighting all these terrorists, both foreign and domestic. Refuse to be directed, blind, not a sheep. Only kneel to my God, so I'm dying on my feet. Silence when we speak, but there's violence in the street. I've been rolling with the punches, I can't take it on the cheap. Drink from a glass half full, I'm optimistic. People are sadistic, so vicious and malicious. Praying for assistance to overcome opposition, or I'm gonna start resisting and then I'll pray for forgiveness.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you.